Hey guys, it's Randy here. I'm recording my second video. Thankfully this time around I have much better lighting and I'm going to try to be a lot louder so you guys can actually hear me. I'm going to start today off and say that I reached out to the Disney community, thankfully, just because I need that, I need that socialization with people in my own genre. So I reached out, sent out a couple postcards. I had about 20 Disney villain postcards that I got for my birthday. Villains really aren't my thing. As you can tell, I might be more of a princess kind of girl, or really girly. And, well, yeah, definitely really girly. I mean, except for I guess Goofy movies not really that girly, but everybody has exceptions. But overall, it's more my thing. So the villains, I definitely had to send out those cards. I felt like people would really appreciate them. So I sent out about 20 of them and been getting a slow trickle of magic mails coming back in. It's pretty exciting. I believe I sent one to Brazil. I believe there was one card to Norway. I believe Seoul and England. Like there was at least 4 international cards, so that was pretty cool. And I know that one person in England, she already got her card, and I know that there is one girl, and her name is Jen Moyer. She's from New Jersey. She recently just got back to me actually, and she sent me out a card, and I found this to be great because magic mail, you can send it out, you can't always expect it back. It's about the giving, not the receiving, in my opinion. It's about making somebody else's day, and so I was really happy to see that she sent something back, and it was very sweet. It was actually very themed, and I love it. She went full theme on here, full Beauty and the Beast theme. As you can see, there's Gaston up there. Sorry about that. You can totally see my address. I don't care. You can send me post if you want. But you can see the red and the white, kind of parchment paper, has a nice old world kind of feel to it. And I love that. And I recognize this right away because it says on the back of it, it says Disney Designer Collection Premiere Series. And I had already opened this card, as you can see. But I have the Snow White Disney designer doll in the background case. You probably can kind of see it a little. So I super appreciate this. And I see Belle. It says Belle 1991 on the cover, and she's looking amazing. I love this. She's very French high couture. She just looks like a total babe here. And which is funny, Belle's never one of my big time favorites, but I can definitely relate to her. She's kind of weird. It's like I did a lot of reading as a kid. She's very much a daydreamer. I also was that way too, and I still am. I probably dream way too big for my own good. And we both have that kind of adventurous spirit. So even though she was never she wasn't my Ariel or my Rapunzel growing up, and even Rapunzel's like my princess now, and I didn't grow up with her, but I relate strongly to her. Belle is definitely a good choice. I'm very impressed that she chose her, and I'm really happy. And on the inside, it says, "Hi Randy, I'm excited to make a new Disney friend, especially a friend that lives fairly close to New Jersey. I hope you have a magical week. Good luck with your new YouTube channel. Have an amazing day. Disney Love, Jen." I'm going to pick up this package that I dropped here. I also have, I know what this says, it's a pin. It's a pin trader. I traded my Prince Eric pin. I have to move that. Traded my Prince Eric pin for Peter Pan, and I'm very excited. I love this pin. I don't see a lot of Peter Pan much, and it's funny, growing up I wasn't a huge Peter Pan fan. I thought he was kind of a jerk, and now that I get to know the character more, I really appreciate him. I appreciate the rowdiness that he brings, and in the original story, the non-Disney story, he's very rowdy, and he's very wild, and even vicious, and I kind of appreciate that. It's a very unique take. And people always, I hear a lot of mixed reviews on the Disney version of Peter Pan. Like they say he looks mean and kind of impish, and that makes sense. He's an imp. He is an imp, and they're kind of malicious. And I'm don't think it was ever mean-spirited, but I mean, he is what he is. And in the Once Upon a Time version, which I absolutely love, Peter Pan, shocker, spoilers here, sorry. If you haven't already seen it, go watch it. Spoilers, Peter Pan is actually the father of Rumpelstiltskin, which is fantastic because they're both very mischievous, very impish characters. And you know what? Somebody made that correlation, and that's amazing. I love it. In fact, I love it so much, I actually named my cat Rumple because I love Rumpelstiltskin's little laugh, that little yeah that he does, and it's just great. Sorry, I'm totally a Once Upon a Time fan too. I am a fantasy girl. But onto the pin. I'm loving this pin so much. It is Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, and it just makes me happy because it just makes me think of that second star to the right and straight on till morning, and just that whole faith, trust, and pixie dust is just makes me happy. It's my thing, you know. On my bad days, I just try to tell myself, you know, that I just try to keep that mantra. It's such positive vibes, and I want to share this with you. It is adorable. I'm surprised she wanted a Prince Eric pen for Peter Pan, but I am glad either way because let me show you how gorgeous that is. There's Peter Pan there with the little stars in the background, laughing, probably maniacally, knowing him. And Tank, who looks like, I don't know what she's up to. She looks like she's plotting. Or maybe listening intently to a plan, and that's just, ooh. Fairies are fun too. They're mischievous little guys. So, which is funny. Tank's a fairy and not a pixie, and I always thought that was kind of interesting. But, it's just a side note. I love it. I want more Peter Pan in my life. It's a recent obsession, kind of. It's an on and off obsession. I loved Hook growing up. I loved the Lost Boys. And I even do a lot of cosmetology work, and I inspire a lot of my day-to-day looks, especially in school, off of things like the Lost Boys, because they have that really rowdy, rough edge, and I really like that. You know, I may be girly, but I'm pretty grungy too. So I mean, I'm a weirdo like that, I guess. So this pen, I am thrilled about it. Love it to death. It is a keeper for sure. The other thing I wanted to go through in this video today was I wanted to go through and show you my ears collection. Somebody had requested that as an idea that I do, and I just thought to myself, that is a fantastic idea. Because what better way to show somebody something that you love than to share something you love? You know, and for me, it's definitely my ears. I love my ears. As you can see, this one here has all the princesses' names on it, and I got this one from Magic at Your Door. The little crown is totally suiting for me. And I have a ton of my ears behind me, as I will get up and show you. There's a ton of ears just on that rack, and I'm going to show you them one by one. And I'm just going to try to give you a tiny bit of backstory on any of them that may have backstory. And yeah, we're going to go. Let's do it. So this first pair that I have here, I love it. I love it to death. It is the Frozen-inspired Elsa ears. Funny thing about this, my daughter is 6 now. We went down to Disney World last year. She was 5. I saved money since I was pregnant. I saved money for a long time to bring these kids on a trip to Disney. And I had a special piggy bank just for them, and they had their own cash. My daughter wanted these ears. And then, an hour later, she did not. And then I got myself a pair of ears because apparently a 5-year-old couldn't make a concrete purchase choice. And so I actually am really happy I kind of won out in that situation because, believe it or not, she doesn't want them back. She doesn't ask for them back. And now they're my beautiful Elsa ears. I love them. They're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. fun little backstory. I also got here the rose gold. I remember when these were hot and popular, and I still think to an extent they might be. This was last year, and I'm about these ears still. Girl, let me tell you, I'm still about these ears. Again, we did a big haul last year because we went down for my birthday, and I had a heck of a birthday. We went down for a week to Magic Kingdom, and I even got to eat at Be Our Guest for my birthday. That was the place I always wanted to go, and it's beautiful in there. We got in at short notice, and we were very lucky because they had a spot open during the fireworks, which of course it was during the fireworks. Nobody wants to miss the fireworks, but I sacrificed one day of fireworks so that way I could go to Be Our Guest. And I will show you the ears that I wore there that day. These little babies are my Princess Belle ears. And I decided that day at Be Our Guest that I was going to Disney Bound as Belle. And so the Belle ears came out to play. And as you can see, there's this beautiful little intricate rose. I love it right here in the center. It's super soft. And these just little draperies. I love them, love them, love them. I can't get enough. Let's see. I am a big Snow White fan, and as I mentioned before, that I did a little bit of Disney bounding when I was down in Disney World last year. I definitely Disney bounded Snow White when we visited her. I did not get these during my trip. In fact, these were actually sent to me through Magic at Your Door. So, good job, Mike. I think this was an early box, so when we were on some rocky terms, but you did good. You did good on these ears. I happened to cosplay Snow White on a very casual note. I cosplay her because I kind of look a little like her. I used to be super skinny. And as you can tell, I have pretty dark hair. There's a couple highlights in there, but my hair is pretty naturally dark, and I'm pretty overall fair-skinned, unless it's summertime. And we're part Italian, so I tanned. So, but unless that's not happening, I kind of bear a bit of a resemblance to her. So it's pretty easy for me to pull off. So Snow White is just something that, even though she's not my die-hard favorite like Ariel and Rapunzel, I kind of had to embrace it. And this is where we are. I also got another pair of Magic at Your Door ears here. And this is super cute. I meant to wear these on Christmas. And I love them because they're so subtle actually. It kind of just looks like earmuffs, which I kind of want to show you now. Because I never got the chance to really wear these. But these, I love them. Like if they were just down further, which I'm glad they're not because obviously it takes away from what they are. They're just like little earmuffs and they're totally festive, and I feel like they're actually really subtle and you can get away with these. Like just out and about, and I'm like, I'm about this. I'm about this life. So I had to put them on for a minute. Putting my crown back on. Every princess needs a crown. I showed you guys my birthday ears that I got in Magic Kingdom last year. I know I showed these to you in my last video, and I still love them. Oh my god. These made it into my profile picture on my Instagram and on my Facebook because I went to school, and let me tell you, I took these ears to school because we have a photo room at the cosmetology school, and somebody left glitter. They left glitter out because last time I worked on a mannequin, I dyed her hair dark blue like a night sky and did glitter right in her hairline, and it looked like a night sky, and it was gorgeous. The problem was another girl decided she was going to put glitter in her eyebrows. Weird as heck, I know. But they never put it away. I'm like, that was kind of my fault because I started it. The girl probably saw me doing it by putting the glitter in the mannequin's hair. And so she just went with it and decided to be a little nutty that day. And they never put it away. They put it, weirdly enough, near the cosmetics for clients. So I saw that they had still not put it away when I came back in on my birthday, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna do this thing. I replicated my own look, and I threw on my ears and threw some glitter in my hair, and did a whole photo shoot in the photo room, and did kind of a celebration look, and it worked out really well. These look stunning in the picture, and I'm not stroking my own ego. I think it looks great. These, I believe, I want to say these are special ears for 2018. They're super soft and velvety. I love that plush bow. There's oh, it's got the representation from Magic Kingdom all over it. It's got the Mad teacups, Minnie Mouse, little hats, the boardwalk. I believe that's the Founders. It's just a fun pair of ears, and they have a nice sparkle. It's kind of a shame though that they actually say 2018 right on the side here, because well, you're kind of dating yourself. I will admit I have a habit, and this is just me. I do clip the tags. Just tell me, does anybody else do that? I can't stand the long tag. I love Disney ears. I can't stand the length of their tags. It's like getting a CVS receipt. I can't do it, and it just feels weird. And I have the super dark hair. See, it just contrasts. You can see it. Drives me nuts. I mean, yeah, can I tuck it in? But God forbid I touch my hair, it's gonna pop out, and everyone's gonna see it. So we're gonna move right along here. Again, on that same trip to Disney World. Growing up, I loved the Cheshire Cat. I'm not a huge Alice in Wonderland fan, but I love Cheshire Cat. There's something about him. He's fun. He's cute. He's a troublemaker. I have that thing for troublemakers. Like I mentioned earlier today with Peter Pan and Rumpelstiltskin. I love those kind of characters. They're just fun. Look at that smile. Look at those glittery eyes, those shimmery jewel eyes. And he just looks like he's going to get into something. I love it. And, you know, Cheshire Cat is still one of my favorite kitties. I love me some Disney kitties. But, you know, who doesn't love the Disney cats? So I'm gonna move right along, keep going. Let me point this out right here. I love this tail. I love what they did here. Really nice three-dimensional detail. So soft. It's like having a plush. Love them. I have behind me one of my favorite characters of all time. So, and some of the girls may or may not get on board with this. I love me some vintage Minnie Mouse. I love vintage Disney. I love a Goofy movie, which is not so vintage, but it's definitely 90s. I love vintage Minnie Mouse, vintage Daisy Duck, early Steamboat Willie, which, you know, Mickey Mouse, obviously. Peg Leg Pete, you know, he's a bully, but he's a fun character. And I just love the original designs, the little flower hat, the polka dots. And Minnie Mouse actually went through quite a lot of changes. If you look at her earlier designs, she had quite a lot of skirt changes. And I love this one in particular. It's just fun. It feels like a really cool, kind of cute, flirty 4th of July throwback vintage feel. And one thing about me is I love femininity. You know, I like it in all forms. I like it grungy. I like it retro. I like pinup. I like burlesque. I like, you know, I like Victorian era. I like goth. I think that, but as soon as you put a feminine edge on something, it just becomes better. That's just me. And I am even like that with, you know, the people I choose to date. You know, I've always been that way. You know, whenever somebody has a bit of a softer approach and naturally just gentler, it's always been my thing. I don't know why, but here you have it. It doesn't get much more feminine and soft. And a little flower, some bows, and polka dot. It's really, really cute, really my thing. Now this sounds kind of weird, but I had to put these on because I'm wearing like the exact color shirt or really close to. I don't have a lot of pink, and going to a school where I wear a lot of black, I don't get the opportunity to wear a lot of pink or just color in general. In fact, it's very frowned upon in a cosmetology school to wear anything more than black because you look like you're being unprofessional. And I think it might have been my fault at one point that we got a little bit in trouble and yelled at during a little bit of a pep rally that we had during a powwow, that we were not allowed to wear colored socks anymore, and that might have been my fault because I wear character socks and they definitely peek out sometimes underneath my leggings or under my pants if they're not completely down to my ankle. Like I remember one day I was wearing Mickey Mouse balloon socks, and they're from Magic at Your Door, red, blue, yellow, green. They're loud, and I just remember somebody going, "We gotta wear black socks now. We gotta wear black." And I was like, "Oops, sorry." But I want to show you my shirt since this matches so perfectly, and it says on it, you can see the little Mickey. It says "Living my best Disney life" in metallic pink, and there's a Minnie in the bottom here. I absolutely love it. Oh, there's a piece of lint there, and I just love it. I am very kind of self-conscious about the arms, so I'm a little surprised to even show them, but I had to. I've been trying really hard to get some more color in my wardrobe. I'm moving right along, kind of fast here. I don't want to keep you here all day. We have some, I know I showed these off, I think, before. Super velvety. Love me some velvet. Grew up with goths. I love velvet. If you grew up in the alternative scene, you know what I mean. It's like you can take the girl out of the goth scene. You can't quite take the goth out of the girl. It's still there. I'm that girl who, I love Disney, but I still listen to my horror podcasts, and I probably scare my fiance because I'm usually listening to like murder podcasts at night while he's trying to sleep. But yeah, so this really appeals to me because they're super soft. Look at that velvet, so soft, and just this beautiful plush bow. It's like a pillow. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, now I'm gonna say it now. I am not an It's a Small World girl. I'm not. I don't like the ride. It drives me nuts, creeps me out a little bit. It's a beautiful ride, but it's creepy, and not in the, and it's not in that kind of documentary, creepy kind of way. It's just creepy, I don't want to be here anymore kind of way, which is a shame because it's beautiful. And I think a lot of people get that vibe with the It's a Small World because look at that. They are beautiful. These are some beautiful iridescent ears. I've heard other YouTubers say things like these will look great in the sunlight, and which is probably true because look at that iridescence. And on both sides it says hello on one side and goodbye on the other. And they're super cute. You just don't want to be on the ride. I will rock the heck out of these. They're beautiful and they're iconic. I don't want to be on that ride. No, thank you. No, thank you. I really want to ride the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train though. I really want to ride that one. So we got 2 more pairs of ears to go. I'm gonna soon swap this one out for my last pair, which is right after this coming pair of ears. I know I mentioned these in the last one. These got this light gold here, this castle, which is just perfect because I am so about the castle imagery. We got that beautiful, beautiful silver. I am just about these ears. They're perfect. I heard somebody once say these are, I think it was Becca from Disney Kitty. I think it was earlier today. I was listening to you and you said that these are almost like wedding ears, and you're right. These are beautiful. These would be almost perfect for wedding ears. You just need to have them white, maybe white ears and a white bow with just keep the castle on there and a train, and they're perfect. I mean, you don't even really have to do much, just change up the color scheme a little. But just as they are, if you like silver, you like gold, you like a little mix, these are beautiful. They're for you. I really thought about getting these myself. I was worried that they weren't going to be in my box from Magic at Your Door. I was getting really nervous because it was like for 2 months, and I think I had asked them a few times if I could please have these ears, and I was like, oh man, they're not going to give me these ears. I'm just going to go on Shop Disney and get them. I'm so glad I waited because finally they're here and they're part of my collection, and just I see the castle and it is just that home feeling. I love the castle. Like I said before, I have it forever on me, if you can see that. I have the Disney castle and some Disney balloons. It's just my thing. And my last but certainly not least favorite pair of ears. These still might be my favorite. I'm super, 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 super into the idea of Mardi Gras. It probably appeals to me a lot in two different ways. The first being that Carnival in Italy is much different than Carnival in Louisiana. And they're both Mardi Gras. I believe correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think they're the same. And I'm pretty Italian. There's at least a decent percentage of us that are Sicilian. And Carnival is something on my bucket list that I would like to check out one day. And I love these Mardi Gras ears. These are from Magic at Your Door. Look at that beadwork. It's beautiful. I love it. It's super intricate. The ears are just this pretty, pretty pattern. And that bow. The beading is just on the bow. It's so soft. Oh, God, it's such a squishy bow. It's really satisfying. Then you have the feathers. It's like as soon as these ears are great, they get better. It's like they did an offset bow, covered up the ear a little. I mean, it's there. That ear is there, don't get me wrong. But I love the fact that they kind of replaced an ear with the bow and feathers. It's like they said, these ears are gonna be big and bad and beautiful, but let's go bigger. And that's what they did, and I love it. I mean, because look at these beautiful babies. I absolutely love them, and these are probably my favorite. It's really hard to choose. It is hard to choose a favorite, but this is definitely one of them. I know I've probably said that about a lot of them now, but it is true. You know, it's funny. The more when you love something like Disney, it's really kind of hard to choose a favorite. And people ask me, "Oh, what are your favorite characters?" It is so hard. Like, I love Rapunzel. I love Jasmine. I love Ariel, Rapunzel, Jasmine. I love Peter Pan. He's a great character, especially in the parks. He's fantastic. You know, I've really been enjoying Doug from Up. I think he's hilarious. I've been really kind of getting into Bo Peep from Toy Story, which is kind of random, but I'm kind of getting into her. I don't know, it's just so weird. There's a lot of characters and it's hard to just pick. It's hard to, and it's the same way with ears. It's hard to pick something when you really love something like that, you know? So, I just wanted to kind of share my collection at least, show you guys something that means a lot to me, and actually get back on camera. I will share a quick embarrassing story with you guys, and you can all have a laugh at me. I didn't record the other day, because you can probably see it a little bit right there, because I was a dummy and tried to shove my mannequin tripod, which is huge, it's like this big, it's ridiculous, into my locker, and because me and my fiance, we kind of share the car, and he's gone by like 6. So I kind of have to Uber to school, and I don't want to carry a tripod, plus clippers, plus 2 flat irons, 2 curling irons, blow dryer, brushes, combs. I feel like a pack mule every day, and that's not even counting books and an iPad. So you can imagine that I'm tired. And so I tried really hard to shove 4 mannequins, a color kit, like a color bowl and a mixing bowl and all the stuff, my tripod in my locker. And I really paid the price for that one because it came out and hit me right in the forehead when I had opened it. And I felt like a cartoon character because that swelled up so bad, so fast. And I was worried. It was a regular goose egg, but I put some ice on it, and thankfully immediately, like by the next day, it went down significantly. Like you can barely see it. There's a little bump, but it's almost gone. I just threw some makeup over it. It's because there's a slight bruise, but you can kind of see right there's a little bruise. But I'm fine. I just didn't want to. I really didn't want to film with like a golf ball on my head, essentially. So that's my story as to why it took me a little longer to film than usual. And I just want to give a shout out to some people. Like, I want to again say thank you to Disney Kitty. Just thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you for being bright and cheerful and happy every day. It really brightens my day. Just to watch you and hear you talk is really kind of refreshing because I'm kind of cynical sometimes, I guess. I've been told I have RBF. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna swear here. Resting bitch face. But so you kind of give me a little bit of somebody to try to emulate at least a little bit. And I know that sounds weird and it sounds a little lame, but I see you and I'm like, I should be a little bit more like her. She seems so sweet and so friendly, and everyone is a person and no one's perfect, but you have a very genuinely sweet aura. There's also Miss Cherry. I love her. She's very sassy and just sweet, and she's just kind of like this diva. And like, I don't think I've seen somebody with like a bigger smile. She's always so smiley, and I just think to myself, if somebody can make the most out of living in Alaska, I can make the most out of living in Connecticut and do what I can to just be happy here and spread magic from here. There's Isaac from Lotso videos. He's just a great mind. Isaac from Lotso videos. I just like to hear him theorize. He's just so fun to listen to. I know he recently put up one about Tony Stark, which was really good. Don't watch it if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame. I saw it. Very good. Kind of sad. But the Tony Stark theory is fantastic. And I really love his background too. It's so fun. He has a really fun background. And I just like him. He seems like a cool guy. And I feel like I might be missing somebody. But overall, those are some of the YouTubers that generally do inspire me a lot. And I'm really happy to, not follow in their footsteps, but be inspired by them. They inspire me, and I'm happy that I found something that does inspire me and makes me want to do something. And makes me put myself out there at least a little bit and share what I love with the Disney community. And I want to continue to keep spreading some joy and spreading some of this content. Even if it's kind of boring. But long story short, that's just me. I'm a Disney nerd. I'm a Disney mom. We're a total Disney household. In fact, we're having a Disney wedding. We're having a Disney fairy tale wedding. And I love showing people this because it's kind of cool. It's from Zales. If you look really closely, you can see the Palace of Agrabah inside it. And I love it. My necklace, you might be able to see, has the castle, Cinderella's castle. And it's just that's what we do. You know, like we had a really rough year last year, and I'm very fortunate to have a fiance who loves me and wants me to be happy and understands that where we live has not been the place that's made me happy, and knows that Disney makes me very, very happy and I do genuinely feel that feeling of home and welcomeness, and that's what I associate with wanting to have my wedding, and that's where I want to have it. And so we're very fortunate, we're very blessed, and I just want to be a part of this community. You know, I want to connect with you guys, and I hope you want to connect with me, you know, because it's hard. It's hard being a nerd. It's hard being that girl that people see with the Peter Pan complex, the girl who doesn't want to grow up. And it's not that I don't, it's just not who I am. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't think anybody should ever compromise being themselves just to be able to fit in with everyone else. And I know I'm rambling on, but I just want you guys to know that this community means a lot to me, and I want to be a part of it. If you want to send any kind of magic mail, if you want to reach out, my address is going to be listed in the description. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is Magic Kingdom Princess, and it's magic_kingdom_princess on Instagram. It's primarily pretty heavily Disney content Instagram. And if you're interested in anything like beauty or cosmetology, which I will not be doing beauty content on YouTube, but you can totally follow my beauty account, which is my cosmetology school account, and that's randy.l.wilson on Instagram. And again, that's randy.l.wilson. That's not one I'm super proud of, but you know, if you want to see my journey through what I do in my everyday life, I go to school every day, and I go to a hairdressing school. And when I upload that, I mean, if you really want to see, you know, what I do, you totally can do that. So I mean, if you want to follow me on either of those social medias, you totally can. And those again are Magic Kingdom Princess, magic_kingdom_princess on Instagram, and randy.l.wilson on Instagram. And again, one's very obviously Disney, one's more my professional school hairdressing account. And yeah, I mean, if anybody ever wants to do anything like pin trading, if you ever feel like you are in the area and you want to meet up for a coffee and just talk Disney or do a Disney gaming trivia, whatever, if you feel like doing those sort of things, or just magic mail, let me know. I do not bite. And just leave your comments. Follow, subscribe. You know, follow me on Instagram. You can add me on Facebook. I'm on Disney Kitty and Friends. I'm on her fan page. I'm on Magic at Your Doors page. I'm everywhere. So feel free, and I hope to hear from you all soon. Have a great and magical night. Bye!